Smartphones, tablets, but mostly smartphones, I guess, because let's face it, who doesn't have one? But what if you want to type on it and you're blind? You don't want anybody hearing what you're typing. You want to be completely silent. And you may or may not want to use headphones at the moment, or, hell, I don't know, use headphones. But if you're not really good with a regular QWERTY keyboard, I've got a solution. Although it be a very expensive solution, but it is a good one nonetheless. Let's get this guy out of the way. Here it is. This is called the Brilliant. Well, hold on. Let me get it out of its case. This is the Brilliant. Let's take a look at it and see what it's about and see if it's even worth getting. Alright, well, let's take a look at the buttons. There is your Braille keyboard on the top. Dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Along with 2 extra keys that I assume are for computer Braille. I've never had to use them, so I couldn't tell you what help I am. There is 42 buttons right above every cell, and each one of these Braille cells has an extra layer, or an extra row at the bottom for the cursor to move along, so that you know where the cursor is whenever you're typing or editing. 2 space bars, naturally. I'd assume it's because if one breaks, you have another. I've never really understood why there's 2 space bars, but there is. There are the 4 thumb keys at the bottom. Primarily, you use the middle 2 to move the display forward and back. A line or however much text fits in here. Alright. There is charge port, which is micro USB. Perfect. A lot of the other old displays had like this proprietary connection, and it got kind of annoying in the real world, honestly. I mean, you'd have to go through them and pay a lot of money to get another cable. Although, now everybody has like a lightning cable, or everybody has a micro USB. I'm sure everybody's got a drawer full of them. But yeah, micro USB port, power button. We'll talk about that in a minute whenever we power this on. And there's these silver keys that I did not mention right away because I'm really not that good at using them. They're the command keys, and what you have to do is make a letter with them. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but those are all the buttons. And they're the Braille cells right in the middle, which are not buttons, but, well, it's your display. There you go. Alright, let's move on to pairing this to a device and using it. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the steps to pair your device. So what you want to do is go to Settings, click General, then Accessibility, click VoiceOver, and scroll down till you find the button that says Braille. You click on that and you go to the bottom of the screen, and at the bottom of the screen it'll say Looking for Devices, then it'll say the Brilliant, and then it'll say the number. If you're pairing any Braille display, or the number that the Brilliant is, it usually says 42 or however many cells the Brilliant has, or Braille display usually. So that's how you would connect any Braille display to any iDevice, through that method. I'm curious to see if it will even connect to an Apple Watch. That would be the neatest thing in the world, but I'd have to go and look to see if that's possible. But I don't know that that's beneficial, but hey, anybody wants me to do it, ask. I'll see if it's possible. So once you have it connected, you can, well, when you click on it, some of these displays, depending on if somebody's put a password on it, or depending on where you get it, it'll say, enter this code. Then you go to the display and you type in the code that it tells you to enter. It'll do that to make sure that the device is working, or that it's the device that you're going to use. Mine never did that. I've had that happen with other displays, but mine never did that. So what you do is you click on it, it'll say Brilliant wants to pair with this device. Click yes, and boom, you're in. So now that I've turned on the Brilliant, I didn't quite demonstrate that, but moving on, you just click the button on the side where I showed the micro USB port is. There's the button right next to it. You hold it down until it beeps and the device will turn on. So once it's on, there's two buttons in the middle on the bottom that are the thumb keys. These two buttons will move your cursor back and forth, the voiceover cursor. The silver keys on the edge, there are three identical keys on the opposite side. These keys are 1, 2, 3. The ones on the other side is 4, 5, and 6. So you make the letter H in Braille to go home.
Calendar, Sunday, August 14th. Double tap to open.
I didn't quite like this function because there is other things you can do with it. I've never been able to figure them out, and that's one of the biggest issues with this device. It is great to use for editing. I don't quite have a demonstration for editing, seeing as it would be a little complicated to set up, because I would need an iPad, and I'm using an iPad to film. Don't judge. Well, unless you're a judge, then judge, but don't judge. So I'm using an iPad to film this, and I can't really do the editing. But these keys up here function as regular Braille keys on a Braille Note or any other device that has the Braille keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you just type what you would like to type in. Usually the space bar is what you would use to click on things.
Photos.
I'm sorry, hold on.
5:07 p.m. Status bar item. 5:07 p.m. Status bar. 5:07 p.m.
Sorry, I was mistaken. These keys right above the display.
Region tracking on. Status bar item.
Let me.
Stocks. Double tap to open.
I never use stock, so let's go there. And the 42 buttons right above the display. Click any one of them, and it should click on stocks. There we go. Sorry, you click the first few.
681.86. Down. Minus 232.88. Change off.
Sorry. I seem disorganized. This device has so many commands and so many different buttons you have to press that it is easy to forget what each button does. And that's one of its biggest problems. It's been several months since I've used this device because I haven't used it for college, as nobody would want to use their device unless I'm using it for like leisure, but I haven't had to. So this device has so many commands that it's quite ridiculous. If you're really good with commands, then this device is for you. But if not, then I am not sure what to say. I love it, and I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship with this thing. I love it because it helps me with editing. I could sit on my couch and edit and leave my device in my room. I could talk away and chatter if it wants to. But these buttons right above the keys, or the braille cells, you just press and you write whatever you'd like. And well, you press and put the cursor behind or in front of or on top of any letter that you would like, so you can backspace and delete it. And the backspace is actually space with D, just in case anybody wanted to know that. If you are planning to get one of these, it has a hefty price tag, but it is a lot cheaper than buying a what is it? I think Braille Touch now is what they're calling it. There's a Braille Note and there's a Braille Touch. If I ever get my hands on one of those, I would love to do a video about it, but obviously a lot better than this. Because it has its own display and everything. But there's a Braille Touch, Braille Note. it's a lot cheaper than those devices. It's around $2,000 to $3,000. That sounds expensive. Yes, it is, but a Braille note usually costs around the range of 5,000 and up. So there's really no way around that price tag. It's because each Braille cell costs a lot of money to make, apparently. I hope one day the price goes down. So, I mean, I really don't have much to say about this device, other than that it is accessible, but at the same time, I really don't think it is. There's too many commands. It's not as intuitive as it should be, but it does what it does the best it can. And for that, I would say it's a love-hate relationship with this thing, as I've said before. So, if you are planning to get one of these, put it down in the comments. If you didn't like this video, please give me constructive criticism. Make sure it's constructive and not hateful. And I hope I will see you in the next video. Hope you have had a nice day, wherever you are, whoever you are, and I will see you later. Bye.